Did you think getting a field job in Canada was going to be easy? The 2020 delusional me who thought graduating from a top B school in Canada would make companies chase me? Did. I did end up getting out of minimum wage 2 months after I graduated and got my first field job as a project leader without any experience. Then I transitioned to a government job in social media marketing. But oh my god, it was a lot of guesswork around what works and what does not in the Canadian job market. And I really wish I had known how to do it smarter to speed up my results. So to make landing a field job for you 10x easier, here are 9 things that I know now after having helped immigrants land $40 million in job offers that would save you a lot of time. Hi, my name is Bani. I'm a career coach and I've helped immigrants land their dream jobs. So the first reason people stay stuck in minimum wage jobs is simple. They don't have clarity on what role they're actually targeting. A lot of immigrants come to Canada with general diplomas or broad programs, and that makes it really easy to feel confused. When you don't know what role you want, one of 2 things happens. 1, you get overwhelmed and don't apply to any field job, or you apply to random roles and hope something works out. I did this too. I graduated from a Masters of Management program. It covered everything: marketing, supply chain, analytics, project management. So I was constantly switching between roles and applying to whatever sounded interesting to me that day. And it slowed me down. It took me 2 months after graduating to land my first field job. I know you might think that, oh, it's great, but I could have landed a job right after I graduated or even before I graduated if I had one clear target role from the start. I know it feels tempting to apply to multiple roles. ऐसा लगता है कि probability बढ़ जाएगी, but in reality, it usually backfires. Pick one role that matches your skills and interests and go all in on that. And even if you finally pick one role, there's another trap that keeps immigrants stuck. A lot of immigrants start applying to roles before they have any proof they can do the work. And I don't mean you need 5 years of experience to show that. So let me just discuss with an example. One person came to me and said, Bani, I've been applying to business analyst roles for months and I'm only getting rejections. I opened his resume and it was obvious why. कोई भी experience नहीं था. There were no relevant projects, no portfolio, just one SQL certification. So from a recruiter's perspective, it looks like, okay, but where's the proof you can actually do the work of a business analyst? So we told him to pause applications for a bit and spend 8 to 12 weeks building proof, learning the core BA skills, updating his resume so it highlights relevant practical work through the projects that he did and not just courses or certifications. Once his resume had real proof, the difference was immediate. He started getting interview calls. Recruiters took him seriously because now he could actually show that he could work as a BA. And talking in interviews also became easier because he had projects to talk about instead of just the theoretical certifications. So please don't apply to roles until you have gathered proof of work, and it doesn't need to be through experience. It can be through practical projects that you can do on your own. And I know आपको लग सकता है कि मैं 2 months upskilling पे लगा दूं, मैं तो पीछे रह जाऊंगी. But अगर आप ऐसे ही अप्लाई करते रहोगे, 6 months भी अप्लाई करोगे, जी जान लगा के अप्लाई करोगे, फिर भी इंटरव्यू कॉल नहीं आएगी. So it's important that you take a step back and first learn the basics and make some practical projects and then only start applying. Now let's say you did everything right. You picked one role and you even built some proof through projects. There's still one more reason people don't get interviews. Their resume doesn't show impact. Your resume looks like everyone else's because it only lists responsibilities. And if your bullet points sound generic, recruiters assume your experience is generic too, even if you're actually good at your job. Let's say you worked as an admin assistant and now you're trying to move into a better position. If your resume says answered calls and emails, scheduled meetings, maintained files, that looks like every other admin's resume. Nothing stands out, and that is why you don't get that interview call. But if you write the same job like this, managed calendars for 4 managers and coordinated 20 plus meetings per week, reduced invoice processing time by 30% by improving the tracking sheet, handled 60 to 80 emails per day and maintained a 24-hour response time. Now you're not just an admin, you're an admin who delivered results. So always include KPIs and achievements. If you don't see numbers on your resume, don't apply with that resume yet. Fix it first. Now imagine this, your resume is optimized, it has numbers, it has impact, perfect. But you are still only relying on one method, which is applying online. And that's where most people miss out on the easiest opportunity, recruiters reaching out to you first. If your LinkedIn isn't optimized, you are basically invisible to inbound opportunities, means recruiters actually coming to you and DMing you, and you are leaving interviews on the table. You're doing all the work, applying, following up, but your LinkedIn isn't set up to attract opportunities back to you. So instead of getting inbound messages, you are just stuck in the application mode. A lot of our mentees join coaching and say, I'm applying everywhere but not getting interviews. We look at their LinkedIn and it's usually a generic headline like student looking for opportunities. It has no clear target role, weak keywords, and their profile reads like a bio and not a professional positioning page. In our coaching, we put a lot of importance on LinkedIn optimization. Once we position their LinkedIn profile well, many of them start getting recruiter DMs for roles they didn't even apply to. If you want recruiters to reach out to you, your LinkedIn has to be optimized for your target role. Now, once your LinkedIn is optimized, most people think, okay, perfect, now I'll just start applying again. But here's the truth. Even with a great resume and LinkedIn, if your strategy is still online applications, you're using an outdated method. And that's why the results feel so slow. The conversion rate for online applications has dropped as there's a lot more competition these days. In our coaching, we teach mentees a different approach. We tell them to reach out to the decision makers and recruiters strategically and lead with value. Not just, hi, I need a job, but a value-driven connection request note showcasing how they can contribute. When they do this consistently, their conversion rate bumps because now they're not just another anonymous application. This gets them conversions, referrals, and faster interview invites. So if online applications is your only strategy, you're behind. You need a two-pronged approach. Keep applying online, but add LinkedIn outreach and cold emails so you create opportunities instead of just waiting for them. The next point is where most immigrants waste the most time. Once they realize online applications aren't working, they don't change the strategy, they just keep tweaking the resume again and again. They spend hours rewriting and tailoring the resume for every single job. But what if you stopped wasting time on resume edits and use that time to build a portfolio of proof? Something simple that shows that you can do the job well. This could be a one-page website or your LinkedIn features section with projects, case studies, and results. That one shift makes you stand out because your portfolio makes it easier for the recruiters and hiring managers to see your capability and past work. Now let's say you actually do everything right. You stop over-tailoring, you build proof, you start outreach, and you finally get the interview. This is where a lot of people still lose the opportunity because they are not articulate in interviews. You wait weeks to get an interview, you're excited, you are nervous, and then your answers come out messy. Not because you don't know the job, but because you don't communicate your thoughts clearly. I've seen a lot of people start rambling and they say, I think, like, and constantly go off the topic and sometimes even repeat the same point in 3 different ways without adding any additional value. And to a recruiter, that can sound like you're unsure, unprepared, and not confident even when you actually are. So please be articulate, say what needs to be said, and stop there. Clear, structured answers beat long answers every time. If you want one simple rule, answer in 3 parts: context, what you did, and the result, and then just stop talking. Now, even if you become more articulate, there's another interview mistake that kills your chances. You can speak clearly, but if your answer isn't relevant to the role, you'll still lose the interview. When asked a question, people answer with whatever comes to their mind, not what the role actually needs. So instead of strengthening their case, they accidentally make themselves look like a mismatch. And this happened to me as well in my first interview. They asked, what's a new skill that you have learned recently? And I got excited and started talking about my YouTube channel, how I learned shooting, editing, thumbnails, the whole thing. But here's the issue, that job didn't require content creation at all. So even though my answer was interesting, I learned something new, it didn't help them see me as the right candidate. And no surprise, I didn't get invited to the next round. Before you answer any interview question, pause for just a second and ask yourself, does this answer make me look more qualified for this particular role? If the answer is no, that means that is not the correct answer. So quickly see what are the things that are actually relevant to the role and then answer it accordingly. Now let's zoom out for a second. Sometimes the issue isn't your resume, not your LinkedIn, or even your interview answers. It's your consistency. Because the last reason people stay stuck is a mindset problem. They're impatient with results but patient with actions. People want a job immediately, but their effort doesn't match that expectation. They'll say they're doing everything, but in reality they're applying very little and not doing enough outreach. I get a lot of messages like, "Bani job nahi lag rahi." So I ask, how many applications did you send? They say 50. Then I ask, In how many months or weeks or days? And then they'll say, over 3 months. Look, the expectation is up here, but the effort is down here. 50 applications in 3 months is basically one application every other day. In today's market, that's just not enough volume. If you want results faster, your actions have to scale too. If you want the job faster, double or triple your effort. Because the job search rewards the people who stay consistent, not the people who do a burst for 3 days and then disappear for 3 weeks. If you're stuck and need help with landing your field job, I can coach you. You can check out the link in the description below. And if you like this video, then watch this video next. It will teach you how to network the right way so that you can land more interviews.